Hi, this is Kasian, and it's time for our weekly conference call at VectorspaceAI. This will be an abbreviated call as we've had a busy week. We'll start with what's happening around the world. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that SpaceX sent 4 astronauts to the International Space Station on Wednesday, making the 4th time Elon Musk's company has launched a crew into orbit for NASA. The company is providing an alternative to using Russian rockets. Then we're going to move straight to a general updates section, as this is an abbreviated call. This week we met with ICL, that's Imperial College of London, and talked about our collaboration agreements and the details associated, which we'll have signed next week after a quick legal review. We'll initially start by building scientific data engineering pipelines that will include visualizations, results interpretation, and later AR and XR, augmented reality and extended reality. Data sources. Next week, we'll be providing ICL with a list of data sources. This will include papers unpublished and published papers, clinical trial data, protein and pathway databases, along with drug compound databases, including the FDA, from the FDA, and drugbank.ca. We'll be working on context-controlled relationship networks. They will include metadata, summaries, triangulated data, rollover access to citations, and everything that we can include that will speed up the process of new hypothesis generation or novel discoveries. A curation interface for researchers to accomplish human-in-the-loop feedback to the precision and accuracy of the entire platform will be built. And of course, these can be cookie cut across multiple collaborations. It's also good to note that sometimes discoveries are made where the curation begins to happen and the validation of results. We talked about designing experiments for the HP Spaceborne Computer 2. And we went over a few of our scientific advisory board members. So they were introduced to our scientific advisory board, and we described plans that we had with the SAB members, which will include interdisciplinary research among their focuses. On the exchanges side, after public announcements related to academic collaborations, we'll be looking forward to opening dialogues with multiple exchanges based on offering thematic baskets for crypto. One of these exchanges, of course, will be Coinbase. As we've mentioned, they are a target in the past. Next, we'll move to questions from the trader base. Question 1. I noticed in the tokenomics section that there's a small allocation for M&A. Any background on the overall M&A strategy and what the team is looking for from a potential M&A target? What would an acquisition add, in your view? Well, we cannot comment on M&A activity. However, we have more than one group that's initiated talks with us. We also see that most would not be able to afford a strategic investment at this time. Question 2. If any member of the VXV investment community here in the TG group and any other retail investor that truly believes in the company and the vision wanted to get involved beyond financial support and investment with the intent of making tangible impact that supports the goals of the company, in whatever capacity that might be, what, if anything, would the company find beneficial for us that we could help with? Given the complexity of VXV and the reality of the fact that retail investors are fortunate to even be involved at this stage, the answer might just be nothing. But if there's anything that we can actually help with, I'd love to extend an offer to help. Well, we will certainly let you know. Most of it will be related to sharing hard facts for the purpose of maximizing confidence levels among the public. And our network of scientific data engineering pipelines around the world will be part of this. Question 3, with enough money and enough data, could you theoretically monopolize a data niche? Yes, and for every industry, as every industry generates data. Some call it exhaust, but there are many different types of data that then can be converted to data sets. And as mentioned in the past, we already offer more data sets than any other company we know of. And remember, data is different than a data set. We view data as unstructured, whereas data sets are highly structured, with rows and columns that can be submitted as fuel to AI and ML systems. Question 4, who came up with the name and logo for Vectorspace? That would be Cam. Question 5, when will the retail offering of thematic baskets in crypto by pressing one button be available approximately? Also, are you partnering with anyone to design the UI? Maybe Alliance Block can help with that, and KYC. Well, we'll be offering thematic baskets in the second quarter of 2022. Thematic baskets for crypto on the retail side. Some partners will want access sooner, and we are going to prioritize partners that we have been working with for quite some time, and we will also prioritize exchanges that have a need for thematic baskets for crypto. Thematic baskets of crypto associated to any global event. Question 6, if BlackRock and Vanguard decide that they would like to assimilate VXV, is there any way to resist? Well, resistance is not futile for us, of course. We control this entire operation, along with any strategic investment or M&A strategy. Question 7, what is the short-term and long-term strategy after listing on KuCoin? Well, we have plenty of exchange options. And as mentioned, we will prioritize exchanges that have a need for thematic baskets, exchanges that would like to increase their transaction number, and exchanges that are working with current traditional exchanges. Question 8, if there is one, what's the biggest problem you see VXV facing in the near future? Profit. Same as Amazon. Hiring could also be a challenge as we move into other industries. And that's because when you work on AI and ML, your knowledge domain experts are important. A knowledge domain expert is like an expert witness in a court case or like an expert in an expert system. If you looked up expert networks, you would find that expert networks used to be used by hedge funds. Expert networks usually rely on knowledge domain experts, and that would be someone that is very familiar with an industry. And they're hard to find. Question 9, will the team be selling VXV once the 4-year lockup period is over? Well, we like to retain value, and part of that includes the fact that we might take a bit off the table in quadruple digits. Next, we'll move to our strategy section, and we've got one line item here, and that would be that we are offering 10 VXV for the best answers related to how academic collaborations can lead to unlocking fast paths to revenue. Thanks for joining. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them online.